from the framing of the documentation, and in particular the elements within the documentation for conversation, whether strategy and tactics, whether the gender issues that have just come up, and discussing them with the Treasurer General of the ANC Women's League. Is this, from your sense, an ANC that is in touch with the people? Is this an ANC at this policy conference that is in touch with the concerns on the ground?
You know, if you look at the proposed discussion themes in the document, it's quite a thick document, I would say. If you look at that, there are areas where they talk about the details, you know. I mean, just to mention one example, they talk about how you can use the SOEs, state-owned entities, to bring about skills and to try to skill the young people in South Africa. But if you look at some other issues, the way in which they are being framed, you could say that in a sense, this is the party that is trying to stay relevant when it comes to the grand vision, you know, identifying bigger policies and all. And the problem that we have in South Africa in the past 18 years, it looks like we have problems of details on the margins. It's a simple question of how do you translate this grand vision into practical alternatives in South Africa. And my fear is that there seems to be, delegation seems to be consumed with the grand vision. I mean, we've seen how they went about the notion of the second transition, whether we go with this or not. My question for me is that, all that said and done, how does that translate, or how does that it relates to capacity, or the issue of just, for example, taking books, taking them to the school in Limpopo? Simple things about the question of service delivery in the country, you know. So I think there is a risk there that delegation could be consumed with bigger issues that have got no real practical implications on the life of ordinary South Africans.
Coming into this policy conference, what sense did you get of the ANC? Was this an ANC united? And now leaving the policy conference on this last day from the deliberations, what sense have you gotten? Has it gotten stronger? Have the cracks perhaps been papered over, and have the different delegates from the different camps, have they found each other? And is this an ANC that is united leaving this policy conference today?
My sense is that, coming into the conference, it has been quite a tense moment, I think, within the ANC. They haven't been divided. They've been so concerned about the leadership, something that officially they have not admitted to. And I think, the way in which they have handled some of the debates here, and some of the singing that have happened around, a preference of one leader over the other. My concern with that is that it looks as if the question of succession and the question of the divisions that they came with have surfaced. And the question I have is, has that really given them an opportunity, or has that taken their attention from attending to the details of the policy conference, going forward?
We've run out of time. Comparing to 2007, 2012, is this normal ANC business? Is this normal ANC contestation? Is this normal ANC deliberation?
I think they're getting better at building factions, I would say. And then there are lessons that have been learned from 2007 and all, and some have been perfected, and they've kind of almost found a way to institutionalize this within themselves. I think they need to sit down and reflect and look at the issues.
All right. Ralph Mateka, thank you very much. Ralph is a political analyst. You may want to comment on